Have you ever loaned money to an employee? I've done it quite a bit in the past. This year, I haven't really had to very much. You know, everybody here is making good money. They've been here with me for a while. So I haven't had to do it that much this year, but I had a new guy who was talented, just super talented this year with mowing, of all things. I mean, all the customers noticed it right away. When the days he would mow, I got tons of emails from the customers saying, "Hey, whoever mowed my lawn today, that's who I want to mow my lawn from now on," and things like that. And he was fast, so he needed some help. You know, he went he was looking for a job for a while before he found this one. I gave him a shot, and he was good. So I was paying him really well, but he was in a hole he needed to get out of, and he was new. He he, he was new in the area. He was from Mexico, had all his paperwork, everything, but he was flat broke. So I helped him out. I'd loan him $100 here, $100 there, $300 here. Next thing you know, he owes me $650. And anyway, he ended up dropping off the face of the earth. he he was a no call, no show. He was gone for a week and a half. I basically wrote it off like, you know what, whatever. My mistake for loaning him money. Anyway, he comes back yesterday. He walks into the shop as if nothing ever happened, and he's like, "Hey, I'm ready to work." I'm like, "Bro, this doesn't work that way. I don't need you anymore." And he went on to explain what happened. This long, totally long story, man. Even explaining how his phone broke, and how he was in Los Angeles and didn't have a phone, so he couldn't call. I kind of believe him, to be honest with you, but I still feel like he should have figured out a way to call me. So, so anyway, I didn't hire him back, and I didn't even mention the money. I was like, I don't need you anymore. I'm sorry. Maybe in the future, if I'm desperate or I need help, I'll call you. You'll be the first one I call, but until then, I don't need anybody right now. My two of my Mo guys who would be rotating shifts with him want me to give him another chance. They totally want him here because he's that good. He helps out like crazy. If he becomes part of the Mo crew, my other guy who he was going to replace can go full time on sprinklers, which is what he wants to do. So anyway, everybody wants him back, but I just feel like he's too flaky. He comes in late. He doesn't show up. Prior to him leaving for a week and a half, he basically he would be late at least every other day, and he called off like once a week. All 3 weeks he was here. So I mean, but he was so good that even the other workers were like, "Oh, it's all right. Like, don't get mad at him." But anyway, so anyway, he shows up. I told him he doesn't have a job anymore. He's fine with it, and he's the one that said, as he was leaving, he said, "Hey, I'm gonna pay you back that money you loaned me." And I said, "All right, well that's cool." I know he doesn't have it, so I wasn't gonna like hound him for it. I just wrote it off as me being stupid loaning him money. But he brought it up and said he wanted to pay me back, and I said, "All right, well that's really good of you to do that." But he said, "As you know, I don't have any money, so I was hoping, maybe you could let me work for free and take that out." And I said, "No, I don't do that." But he said he has this Ford Explorer. Let me turn it around. It's a little dinged up from an accident right here. And he said this was running really great until it got hit. And now he has some issues with the gas fuse, or something like that. Other than that, it's pretty clean. We had it turned on. I took it for a little test drive. Everything's fine with it. He says the air compressor makes a little noise in the morning from the brake, from the belt. Anyway, so he's been trying to sell this for $900. He's been trying to sell that for $900. The whole time he worked for me. Like, he was hoping to sell that to help him get out of his little hole he was in. And so he mentioned, instead of him trying to pay me back, which may or may not ever happen, I could pay the difference on what I already owed, on what I already loaned him. The difference on what I would owe if I bought that, which was only $250 extra. So I thought to myself, I could either pay an extra $250, get the title on this Ford Explorer. I think it's a 96. I don't remember, but I'm not really worried about it. I just know it works. I know it's got a couple of issues, but I can pay another $250, get a title with a vehicle with 113,000 original miles on it, or never see that $650 again. So I chose to buy the vehicle, which I'm gonna make it either an estimator vehicle. So one of my estimators are gonna drive around with that, or my sprinkler guy. So I'm gonna take it to my mechanic right now, see if he can look it over. The guy that sold it to me told me what's wrong with it, so I've got a list, and all I need to do is just price it out, and then I got to take it to the paint shop. So anyway, there you have it. I mean, a lot of my friends would say I would never loan my guys any money. I'm not like that. I feel like my team here is almost like a little family, and if they need money, I'm going to look at the situation and figure it out. This time, I just happened to get lucky, even though if I didn't do this, I'd never see that $650 again. Maybe I would. Maybe I'd be surprised, but I don't think I would. But anyway, I'm more than happy to pay the difference and get this because I'm actually short a vehicle. And at this point, as long as it's got wheels, we're going to paint it and use it for work. So anyway, I thought I'd give you a little update on that. Talk to you later.